In the 17th century, in the small town of Salem, hidden deep within the wild forests of New England, one of the darkest and most sinister stories unfolded. A story of fear, fanaticism, and innocent victims, a story the world still remembers. This is the story of the Salem Witches. The people of Salem were Puritans, strict, devout individuals. Their lives revolved around prayer, hard labor, and an endless fear of the devil. Even the slightest deviation from their rigid norms was seen as dangerous. Illness, the sudden death of a child, crop failure, or fire, everything was explained as the work of witches. In such a society, a mere suspicion could become a death sentence. In the winter of 1692, several young girls in Salem suddenly began behaving strangely. They collapsed in convulsions, screamed, and claimed they were tormented by invisible spirits. Doctors could not explain what was happening. Fear quickly filled the void. The girls accused 3 women, Tituba, an enslaved woman brought from Barbados, Sarah Good, a poor beggar, and Sarah Osborne, a woman who dared to defy strict church rules. That moment sparked a chain reaction. A single accusation was enough to destroy a person's life. People began turning against one another. Neighbors accused neighbors, friends accused friends, and even children pointed fingers at their own parents. Fear of the devil proved stronger than reason. In court, evidence was unnecessary. It was enough to claim that the accused spirit had appeared in a dream or attacked in a vision. These so-called spectral evidences were accepted as proof. Hundreds of people were thrown into prison. Salem became a town of nightmares. Suspicion and terror gripped everyone. No one felt safe. In the eyes of judges and ministers, anyone could be a witch. From 1692 to 1693, more than 200 people were accused of witchcraft. 20 were executed, most of them by hanging. The first victim was Bridget Bishop. Then came many others, including the highly respected elderly woman Rebecca Nurse. One of the most infamous cases was Giles Corey, an old man who refused to plead guilty. He was tortured in a slow and horrific way, pressed to death with heavy stones. With his last breath, he cried only 2 words: "More weight." The town drank the blood of its own people. And Salem, once a quiet, God-fearing place, drowned in its own cruelty. But over time, people began to realize that what was happening had nothing to do with justice. The hysteria slowly faded. More and more voices cried out that innocent people were dying because of lies and fear. The authorities eventually admitted the trials had been a mistake, but it was already too late. The lives of 20 people could never be restored. A few years later, almost all of the accused were officially exonerated after their deaths. Yet the memory of the Salem witches could never be erased. The town forever became a symbol of how superstition and fanaticism can destroy human lives. Today, the Salem witches are more than just a legend. They are a warning, a reminder that true darkness does not lie in magic, spells, or curses. True darkness is born in the human heart, when it is consumed by fear and hatred.